Ruby's heart literally dropped down to her stomach as she read Carter's message. It was very vague and just said that she had to come home this instant. All kinds of thoughts came to her mind. Was he okay? Was he in some sort of medical emergency? Did he get robbed? Should she call the police or not? As she took a deep breath to calm herself down, she planned her next course of action. She had already tried calling Carter almost 20 times, left him about 15 voicemails and numerous texts to ask what was wrong, but she received no reply from him. Forlorn and stressed out even further, she had no choice but to talk to the headmistress to give her an early day off. So she walked down the corridor towards the principal's office and knocked twice before opening the door and entering. "Miss Ruby, how can I help you?" Mrs. Samantha, a stern looking, middle aged woman, spoke in her sharp voice from behind her huge desk. "Well, the thing is," Ruby stuttered over her words and fidgeted, unsure how to continue. "Mrs. Samantha, the thing is, there's been a personal emergency back at my home, and I wanted to take an early leave," she blurted out. Mrs. Samantha narrowed her eyes and then unexpectedly gave her a warm smile. "Of course, dear, you may go back early if it's a family emergency." "Oh, thank you so much, ma'am," Ruby replied and hurried out towards her car. Thankfully, it had stopped snowing. However, the weather was chilly with strong winds blowing. Full of anxiety, Ruby climbed into her car and made way for Carter's home. The roads were slippery and she had to make a conscious effort to slow down because she didn't want to be stuck in an accident. She already had enough problems on her plate. When Ruby reached Carter's home, she quickly detangled herself from the seatbelt, ran towards the front door, and knocked with all the force she could gather. "Carter!" she shouted. "Open up! What's wrong?" Suddenly, the door swung open and out came Carter, his brown hair messed up and a worried look on his face. "Ruby, thank goodness you're here. You need to see this. Come in quickly," he said while ushering her inside. The hallway was darkened, which Ruby thought to be strange, and she dreaded finding out what was wrong. As she approached the living room, the lights quickly turned on, almost blinding her. Surprise! Ruby saw all her friends and family gathered around in the decorated room with the banner of "Happy Birthday, Ruby." The room was filled with balloons and buntings, and she saw a cake on the table in the middle. Ruby realized then that she had actually forgotten her own birthday.
Short Stories in English. Please subscribe, like, and comment.